Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very special episode of New Dice Please, the bite-sized Blood Bowl podcast brought to you by the people at Blood Bowl Live. Joining me today, Mr. Scott Bryan. Scott, what is the worst flavour of ice cream?
The worst flavour of ice cream would be mint.
Mint. No,
Don't,
no.
and I'm having retro nightmares for all our slightly more mature clientele about sort of neon green mint.
Mint or
Don't
mint
that.
choc chip?
Oh, both don't like either of them,
Oh,
so just
okay.
throw them in the same satanic bin.
Joining us also, Mr. Tom Feeks. Tom, worst flavour of ice cream?
I'd have to go bubblegum. There is something about it that sends my kids absolutely insane, so it's got a permanent ban in this house
What
because
is wrong with
I
both of
don't
you?
like the flavour anyway.
Those are two like I can't agree with either of you. Just for reference, Tom Hoffel obviously not with us today, but he chose pistachio as his worst flavour of ice cream, which I think
That's fair.
scandalous. Again,
Oh,
scandalous.
like
All three of those are
again.
scandalous.
See, I could take pistachio. Wouldn't be my first choice, but if someone said there's a free pistachio ice cream, I wouldn't say no, VC. But bubblegum, yeah, I've seen it turn your kids into absolute raving, insane little creatures of destruction.
Yeah, they just turn into tyrants. And to be fair, I don't like the sort of it's the synthetic-y sugariness of it. That's definitely a word, isn't it?
I think it is. I
Chrissy,
can't
look at
agree
the
with.
level of
I
disappointment.
can't agree with any of you. I mean, I think my choice when I was on holiday once, I had Red Bull flavored ice cream, and that did not work.
Oh no,
So that would probably be my choice. We're not here to talk about ice cream. No, this is the first of 5 special daily episodes of the podcast. We recently went to Cake or Death tournament down in Yeovil. And we basically recorded so much content in the car on the way there and back that I've had to split it into 5 episodes. So we're doing an episode a day. Here is Monday's episode. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New Dice Please, the Bite-sized Blood Bowl podcast, brought to you by the people at Blood Bowl Live. My name is Chris, and this week is a special episode where we are talking about our New Dice Please road trip. We are heading down to Cake or Death 2 in Yeovil. I have just put some fuel in the car, and I am now making my way to pick up Mr. Scott Bryant, and then I will pick up Mr. Tom Hovell. No Mr. Tom Feeks coming with us on this trip, but he is coming with us on a road trip up to Sheffield in later on this year. So that'll be that one instead. We are going to try and record some stuff en route, which means that it's a good chance you're going to hear various beeps and stuff from my car. So we're going to try and record things as we drive up. It's about, I think, a 4-hour drive. I'm very glad to be driving. I've grown to really dislike being the passenger in a car. I don't know why. I don't know what in particular has kind of caused that, but I hate it. I hate being the passenger. So I'm very happy to be able to be driving. But it does mean that I have to try and record bits to camera while also driving now. So, which I'm hoping for anyone who's immediately got safety concerns, to try and give a little bit of kind of reassurance. So there's a camera there, which is nestled on the dash. Um, it's only the camera. I can't see anything. The controls are next to me, which will then obviously, at the minute, it's just sat on the seat, but will be looked after by whoever is in the front, which I'm assuming to start with will be Mr. Bryan. So I should just be able, it should just be like, especially when the other guys are in the car, that I'm just having a chat with them. So hopefully, safety wise, we're all good. If you can read your number plate in the back of the in the wing mirror, I don't know if you're in the like rear window or anything like that. I hope you can't, but uh, I think it'd be very unfortunate that someone's watching this and their number plate is there. But maybe if I see any number plates, I'll try and get rid of them as well. So, Cake of Death, 4 days down in Yeovil, so we've got 2 nights down there. It's going to be a great weekend. It's not our first tournament together. We've done a couple of tournaments as a group. We were all at one of the Alpha tournaments last year. We were all at the Ipswich Classic as well. So there have been a few tournaments that we have all been to. This is kind of the first big trip though. So it's kind of like a test of our broadcasting ability to try and record suitable, engaging content while also kind of traveling and anything that we need to take with us. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's try and do some interesting edits, shall we? Let's try and do some interesting fun edits. So I will introduce the first person coming along on this trip. You know him, you love him. Sometimes we leave him in charge and I get a little bit scared. It is the one, the only Mr. Scott Bryant. Good morning, Scott.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, see, I'm going to edit that together beautifully from when I introduce you and then you just appear in the car.
Beautiful.
That's the plan. You all right?
I'm good. Been a busy week. Looking forward to this. Our first inaugural NDP road trip. Will we survive? Will we survive each other? In 48 hours, will NDP be no more? Or is it the start of something even more beautiful?
The last episode that's released about 5 years after the event when we've come to terms with it. Is that the plan?
Well, I'm sure we can get a discount on counselling somewhere.
I've already briefed the listeners on the fact that safety wise,
Yeah.
I can't see what's recording, so there's nothing to distract me. There's just the camera there, so we are recording safely.
Do we have to, now we're in the car together as well when we pick up Mr. Hovel?
Yeah.
We are on our way, listener, to pick up Mr. Hovel. So by the time we get through security at Casa del Hovel, and then get up the driveway past the servants' building.
Yes. Do you have your passport to get past his the gate? Because you need photo ID to get past the gated entrance to.
I do. I can
to Casa
confirm
Hovel.
all of my inoculations are up to date.
Oh, good. Yeah,
So
they're on it with the vaccinations.
But
Yeah.
when we get in the car, do we need to have a health and safety view, the fire drill, make sure we know where the exits are and the muster points are if there is a fire or accident.
I would say the fire exits depend on where the fire is.
So here,
Um,
there.
yes. How good's your kick?
I can put a boot in.
Okay, so windscreen, anything you can see through
Yeah.
is a fire exit.
And do we, in terms of priority, grabbing stuff out of the boot? Obviously, models comes first, teams can Blood Bowl equipment first, and then anything else.
That's a good point. Yeah, ducks come first. So you have to get my. Well,
They will fuel the fire.
to be fair, how many teams have you brought with you?
Just the one.
Right, and Tom's probably just bringing one.
How many have you bought?
So it is more important to grab mine because I've got 3. So if the car does catch fire, you can borrow the elves.
You've got pro elves.
And Tom can borrow the rats.
Perfect. What's not to love?
See?
Tom reckons anyone can win 4-0 at Skaven. So...
Yeah. Tom thinks anyone can win 3-0 with dwarfs now. I've given him that false sense of security. Oh, he might. Is he now bringing dwarfs today?
I have no idea what he's bringing today.
We'll
But
find
anyway,
out.
hold
Well,
on,
I
hold
tell you
on.
what. I will now introduce, and it will be a seamless edit, and he will appear in either. Well, he will either appear in shot behind us, or he will appear where you are, and you'll appear behind us, depending on which way around you want to sit, really. So I will introduce the man, the myth, the legend that is Mr. Tom Hovel. Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thank you very much for picking me up.
It's all right. We are officially all in the car. Does somebody, if I introduce Mr. Feeks, does somebody want to do an accent and pretend to be Feeks in the other seat?
I don't know what accent he has.
Quite a neutral accent. Like for a Suffolk boy, he's got quite a neutral accent.
We could do Tom Feeks if he was doing, say, I don't know. I could do Tom Feeks if he was doing the Welsh accent.
Okay, all right. So I'll introduce Tom
Yeah,
Feeks,
if
and then you
Tom
do.
Feeks was doing Welsh.
You be Tom within a Welsh accent, okay? And also introducing Mr. Tom Feeks. Tom, good afternoon.
Hello, how are you, Christopher? You
Yeah.
having a good time?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thank you, Tom. You're obviously you're not in your what team are you playing this weekend?
Well, you see, I'm not really playing. I'm not allowed out to play this weekend.
Oh, why aren't you allowed out?
Well, I can't really say, but life further in Nottingham's lovely.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us in spirit, Tom. Any advice for us?
Roll those dice, roll them well.
Fantastic. That was Mr. Tom Peter joining us from the valleys. Uh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, we're all so. Tom, I'm going to need you because I'm worried about you, Tom. Can you please
Sorry,
talk
are
me
you
through?
worried more than usual? Or what level of worry are you at? You at DEFCON 1 level of worry, or you just mildly?
I mean, probably mildly. Can you just walk me through your decision to bring dwarves off the back of one game?
To counteract the number of ones I've got.
Okay, they are a pretty low one team as far as we normally roll, I guess.
Yeah. So I thought I'll have some fun. I thought to be the most hated person in the West Country. Just to bring dwarves to a tournament.
Everyone needs a target. Everyone needs a life goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Becoming the most hated person in the West
So
Country
yeah,
is.
I've got dwarves. I've got 2 with mighty blow, 2 with guard, and 2 with block. So I've got So I've got the whole team. So there's 12 players, 2 runners, 2 blitzers, 2 troll slayers, and the rest are blockers.
So is that guard on the blitzers?
What guard on 1 blitzer and 1 blocker. Mighty blow on a blitzer, mighty blow on a troll slayer, and block on both runners.
Okay.
So I'm doing so that the troll slayer with no additional skills in reserve will his suspension.
Okay.
So I'm meta chasing to the max with maximum people with armor 10, thick skull. Everyone with block, majority with tackle as well. 2 short hands, 1 frenzy, and yeah.
You've got 2 short hands.
Yeah, both 2 runners.
Runners come
2
to
frenzies.
yeah.
Yeah,
This might just be your team.
it might be. It's basic. It's annoying. It's boring. Let's see if boring wins anything this year.
So are you going to go for the super slow cage tactics?
Well, I might do it. I was very, very lucky against my game against Chris. I was learning that if they try and go for it, I was trying to keep quite wide lines. So if they did try and go for it, my back line could actually still take them out, but still keep the rest of the opposition at bay. So yeah.
Yeah, because the runners are like defensively quite good sweepers.
Yeah, they're 6. Yeah, so movement 6.
And now that they've got block,
And now they've got
like
block.
they are, one dicing a ball carrier if you can get there.
Well, they're basically a human blitzer.
Yeah.
Well, is it human blitzer?
Now they're moving moving 7, so just a bit slower. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you 2 still taking Wood Elves and the Lizardmen?
Yeah, 6 block lizard men, 2 rerolls, a keg, standard, like boring builds but reliable builds. And yeah, I'm really keen. I haven't had I don't feel like I've had a tournament where I've even got like a 50% record for a while, and I'd like to come out of tomorrow 50%. So I'll take win, loss, draw, but I would really like a 50-50 day, I think.
Yes, I am taking Elves, Tom, and if I play you, then I'm not going to be happy with you.
Yeah, I don't.
And if you win and you just beat me with your bloody tackle, all I'll say is there will be repercussions.
I do not want to play either of you for different reasons, because I think like I did like dwarves I struggled to handle. I very much struggled like struggle to handle those dwarfs. Like I feel I'll be more prepared against the wood elves, but at the same time, like that was a slog of a game, that wood elf game.
That was a good game.
So
That could have gone either way so quickly as well.
and no one wants to travel. I mean, the map is telling us 358 kilometers, 4 hours 25 minutes. To go all that way, and 2 of my games are against you
Yeah.
two.
A 9-hour round trip
Would-
just to play against each other.
That would
Take a visit.
that would be somewhat irritating.
I do know of some person who plays in Suffolk who went to the Welsh Open.
Oh, some of the Alpha lot, didn't they? They
Yeah.
ended up playing each other.
He played himself, played his son,
Uh,
and who lives in the same house as him, and 2 of the other people that know that he plays, and that was his Welsh Open. He was not a happy chappy.
I thought what was interesting about that is that I know it was a 2-day tournament, so there was much more games to fit in. But I was really surprised that didn't he play his son twice?
I think so, yeah, something.
Which I know that they normally do their best, in a Swiss system, normally that is avoided. So I don't know what kind of bizarre permutations will have happened to made it like, no, we have to pair these 2 against each other. That's
Unless there'd
really
be
weird.
some swap outs or something like that.
Maybe
Yes.
that kind of shuffled up the
Yeah.
order. But so I've done one 4-day tournament before. I did Backbreaker in London, and 4-day
Should be
I-
4 games in a day.
4 games on
4 days.
yes, 4 days.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Oh, that's right, yeah. No, 4 games in a day, and it is exhausting. And so, tomorrow, when we're done, I think we are going to be exhausted. But the last time I did it, it was Backbreaker in London. It was down in a cellar. I was quite frankly too ill to have gone, but I went, and I was pretty tired. I had no voice at all. I could barely speak, and you had to shout when you were down there. And so by the last game, I was slumped back in a chair, kind of wheezing. And my opponent was just I took ogres, and my opponent was just like, "So what are you gonna do?" I was just like, "Give me a second. Just figure this out. Are you gonna throw a teammate, Chris?" Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna throw a teammate again, actually.
I suppose another reason why I'm taking dwarves is survivability, because the last couple of tournaments I've played, I've been absolutely wiped. On the second game, absolutely flattened out, the team completely obliterated. And then the third game, you get the same again, and you're like, oh, I just really lose the will to live on those kind of games where you're down 6 players and it's only turn 5.
Yeah, depending on the team, if you're it could be so painful because if I was playing my Skaven or my Elven Union, I wouldn't be worried. I'd sit back and protect the remaining players, and I know I could score with 5. With the lizards, depending on the 5 you're left with, it's pretty tough because you probably don't have enough strength to protect the skinks, or you don't have enough skinks to, I probably prefer that 5 to be 4 Saurus and a skink, but then as soon as they mark up that cage, you've just got to leave the little guy on his own somewhere. So, yeah.
It'll be a very interesting tournament for lots of different reasons. Okay, we're now getting to December. We are now on the M25, the most beautiful commuter belt in the United Kingdom, I think.
Yeah, we've got a beautiful view up the backside of a mixer, a concrete mixer.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
Been there
wonderful.
for some time now.
I tell you what, though, I would love a camper van like that.
You can edit that. What do you think of the new iBuzz?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
They're not big inside though.
Well, are they any bigger inside than they would have been?
Downer in the back.
Are they any bigger inside than than older versions of the camper though? Probably not.
No,
So,
But would like it. Would
but
if
they're
it could
small.
get transit.
They're smaller than the old ones because they've got big batteries underneath them, so they're actually.
oh,
so-
okay.
So you have to be quite short in them.
Anyway, should we get back to the New Dice Please event?
Right, yes.
So, Chris, would you like to introduce this little section?
Well, I mean, we're still ticking along on, we've got a good 2.5 hours. We haven't stopped yet. We're going to stop soon for a comfort break. But Mr. Hovell decided that it would be a good idea to look up, to get ChatGPT to tell us some card games. So tell us about this Blood Bowl car traveling bingo that ChatGPT
Yep.
GPT has suggested.
So I asked it, give me some novelty Blood Bowl car games, and it gave me Blood Bowl I Spy Bingo.
So what are some of the categories? Because I think we've established we have passed at least one.
Yep. So we have Troll on the Loose, which is a truck driver driving erratically.
Okay, don't think we've seen that yet.
Nope. Ref Not Looking, so that's a broken speed camera or a sign behind a tree.
Okay.
Chainsaw Star Player, so that's when you see a road worker actually working.
Okay.
Pitch Invasion is where you see an animal, in brackets, alive or dead, by the side of the road.
Oh, we'll definitely have done that.
Straight away.
Straight away.
That's a rag.
Oh, that's a rag. That's a bit of motivated detritus.
Gutter Runner, which is a cyclist or motorcyclist weaving through traffic.
So I think we're unlikely to see that on the M25. I would be worried if we saw that on the M25.
I see a motorcyclist.
Oh, actually,
You
motorbike.
may be over there, but just in case you want to go up the M40.
Do I want to?
Sneak in there.
Can I not be in this lane?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Cool.
Yeah, it's not.
Nice and easy. Job
Tip
done.
it down, indicate, and move.
There we are.
So you just did a foul in progress, which is someone cutting off another car.
They're miles back. How did I cut?
That was harsh.
That's harsh. If that's what, I don't want to. I would hate you to teach me how to drive if that's cut. I imagine you would never merge in traffic, would you?
This is what happens when you have a chauffeur in your life.
When he doesn't need to drive.
You know. Then you've also got Ball Loose. So that is something on the road that shouldn't be on the road.
Okay.
So that could be like a bag or some random piece of clothing.
Does that include a driver if I think they're driving erratically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Halfling Cook. So that's basically a food truck on the side.
Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. And you got a KO'd player, which is what we've just seen, which is someone either napping in a parked car or broken down on the side of the road.
Okay, so we have seen a KO'd player.
Yeah. And then the final one is Magic Sponge. Is when you see an ambulance or a breakdown truck.
Ooh. What's that?
That's a breakdown. It's a recovery.
Is that a recovery vehicle? That's what. Yes, that
breakdown
counts.
truck. Yeah, we'll take that.
There we are. Would that? How? What did you say that class is as?
So that's a Magic Sponge.
So everybody,
I would say it's an APOC. Or would an AA van be an APOC?
I would put an A or RAC
Or
or
RAC.
or other.
Sorry,
Yeah,
other
maybe
breakdown
APOC.
services are available.
So what other ones could you think of then?
Ooh.
So while we think of them,
I'm going to
people
say
are still with us on this
okay.
marathon of probably broadcastable, unbroadcastable.
Content.
I don't know what Tom Feeks would say. He'd probably say something like, "Well, it's lovely, isn't it?"
What?
He's still from Wales, by the way. Tom Feeks would say, "Well, you don't have that in Nottingham, do you?" No.
I would say I would say any amount of if you pass an accident, then depending on the number of cars, you could be like 1 dice block, 2 dice block, like depending on how many cars are involved. Like if you've got a tiny little car that's gone into a back of a lorry, I'd say that's probably 2 dice uphill. I think.
You're kind of hoping for accidents, aren't you?
Well, you don't want to see a 2 dice uphill, do you? You don't want a 2 dice uphill.
If you are still listening, just pity us for where we'll be in 48 hours' time.
Oh no. What are people's expectations for tomorrow then? Like the 4-day tournament is It's a
Full
slog.
game.
Full game.
I did it again.
That's fine. I did that earlier in a recording, so it makes narrative sense. Like you messed it up. Um, Tom? What do you want out of tomorrow? Like, 'cause you haven't played much dwarves, so like,
I played one game.
you played one game. So what would success look like
Well,
tomorrow?
I'm on an unbeaten streak. So I want to keep that going.
So you're on 100%.
100% win rate.
Minute congestion
Oh.
on the A303 at 5 kilometres.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
You're still on the best route.
We're on the. Aren't we just? Tom, you're on the best route.
There you go. AI tells me to stick with dwarves.
So what would success look like?
To be honest, seeing that it's the first time I've played 4 games on the bounce. It's my first game tournament. And there's about 45 different players coming in.
Yeah.
Plus, by the sounds of things, there's going to be a heck of a lot of people there who have played a lot more. So I'm hoping for at least one win.
Okay.
I'd be happy with one out.
I think if you came out with, like dwarfs, very control kind of defensive team. If you came out with a couple of clean sheets, even if they were like draws, I think that'd be really good. Scott, what about you?
This will be the last hurrah of the Wood Elf team known as the Atomic Cherry Bombs. So
no pressure.
no pressure. So they're going to go out. They're going to go out in a blaze of glory. So there's going to be a lot of YOLO. And yeah, if I get one W, I'll be happy. It's nice to get away for a weekend, have a few beers. Not to say I don't love my family. I love my family. They're wonderful human beings. However,
Cry for help or something.
if you'd like to be my friend,
Please at gmail.com.
yeah, I've got all lowercase.
with the email subject, I'll be your friend.
Like Kiora.
But I'd only be a friend to people who needed friends.
and
Not
much
just anyone who wants to try and exploit me for my good nature and sophisticated lifestyle.
and much like Kiora, Scott is too orangey for crows, which is a weird coincidence, but it is the truth.
I'd say I'm more pasty. I've been working on this lack of vitamin D complexion for my entire career. So yeah. A4 to lobster in 20 minutes. That's what it is.
How about you, Chris? What are you looking to get out of this?
Um,
Dragging this back in.
dragging it back on topic. I'd like 50%, which is realistically that's win draw loss, isn't it? Or win loss. I don't, 4 games gives you like, but in a 3 game tournament, by your 3rd game you've kind of leveled out, haven't you? Like, as far as the kind of person you're going to play and skill level wise, because if you get a great result first game and then a rubbish second, you balance out. So in theory, game 3 and game 4 should be against kind of relatively balanced like opponent. So I'm hoping for 50-50. I mean, of my last 3 tournaments, which is 10 Blood Bowl games, I have drawn 1, won 1, and lost 8. So I would, if I can maintain 50% today, tomorrow, that would be nice. But yeah, I just don't want a disaster. I've had too many disaster tournaments recently. I kind of want a good fun showing.
So have either of you played a 4 game tournament before?
No.
Yes, backbreaker. Yeah,
Which is the one you mentioned earlier to our
That's what I
listeners
said,
when you said you were
I did
ill.
talk about it. I was so ill. Yeah, we'll go into that again.
Because
At least one of us was listening, taking notes. Just going back to your percentage win rate then, Chris.
Yeah.
You've talked about having a 50-50. So how would you define 2 wins, a draw and a loss? Because it's just a 50% win rate technically, but it's only a 25% loss rate.
So win draw loss, I would take. Yeah, that I would call that's above a 50% day. I would take that as a good day. I was looking at, so I keep wanting to do a podcast episode on it, and I want to encourage you two and Tom Feeks to spend a painful day figuring out the same. I've got a spreadsheet at home with every tabletop Blood Bowl game that I can remember playing, the result is in there. And it's got who I played, what team they had, what team I had, everything. But it's only touchdowns, it's not casualties, but it's kind of the score. And my win rate in total, 11s and 7s, is something like 52%. But my win rate at 11s, just 11s, is 49.4. And if I win 2 games more than I lose, if I win 2 games more than I lose this weekend, then I will be up to an exactly 50% win rate at 11s. So I would love that. If I came out with it would need to be win-win, draw, or win-win-win loss. That would be the perfect scenario for me.
Just in terms of committing to that level of detailed analytics, taking and committing to the time to record all of my Blood Bowl games. I got a bit I don't think I'll be able to because I think I'm busy washing my hair that day.
Okay, all right.
Well,
that's understandable.
So, and,
You condition.
I do condition.
Great.
Tom, is that something in your diary?
Yeah, do you condition?
No, I was going to ask not about condition.
sorry.
Are you going to first of all document all of your Blood Bowl games?
No.
Okay, there you go.
How many games do you think I've played tabletop that I can remember?
6.
6, Tom?
6 tabletop games that he can remember. I would say 50.
50?
Yeah. Who's nearer?
You staying with 6?
No, it's a stupid answer.
So what you thought you'd go for?
You've been playing for what, 5 years?
No, much less than that.
Okay. 4?
3.
3. You've played 4 seasons of Blood Bowl.
4, 5, 6, 5. No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
Wow.
So you play. That's at least taking you to 50 games at least there, plus the amount of tournaments you play, probably double that. So I'd probably say you're about 102.
102?
Yeah.
220.
Wow.
Congratulations. And you're still married.
Somehow.
Wow.
Not sure how. But she doesn't listen to this, so that's fine.
For your lucky, fortunate sake. Yeah. If anybody wants to pass that information on to Mrs. Emily Coe,
Just send an email to newdiceplease@gmail.com.
With the subject, don't tell my wife. That's day 1. Join us tomorrow for part 2 of our Cake or Death card diaries. We'll see you then.